Oh, there we go. Okay. I can't get that looking a little better. Ah, yeah, that's a lot of reflection. That is a lot of reflection off of my pale ass face. Man. Well, hey, I'm at least glad to finally be doing another one of these. And I'm gonna silence my phone before the program. That's a thing I keep forgetting to do. Also, I didn't get out my drawing tablet. What is... God, I am frazzled. Yeah, it has been too long since I've done anything live. Well, anyway, my name's Keeper of Toast. And that... Let's get this stuff plugged in. This is not the cool robot that I am drawing tonight. That's a digibash for a future project. Might be a bit of a ways off. I've got some stuff planned before that. This is... I'm going back to work on... Excuse me. Allergies. God. I'm getting back to work on this tonight. Hammer blow. Thing knocking against metal in here. Yeah, almost. Let's get some nice chill music going too. I don't have too terribly much commentary at the moment. Give. Didn't I? Yeah, I literally had a link to something saved that I was using. Or maybe I didn't. Oh well. Yeah. Just YouTube search. Let's try this one out. I like the sound of this. And theoretically, this ought to be fine. Alright, get my pen. Now, where I left this off, I had realized that the elbows probably couldn't work the way that I intended for them to with the transformation scheme that I'd worked out. The idea was that the smoke box unfolds and it comes down and becomes the shoulders, and then like they twist. But then I realized that might be messing. The elbows would the joints would face the wrong directions to be elbows. So I spent some time thinking of how to remedy that. Excuse me. Unfortunately, I haven't really come up with anything satisfying. I guess that. So I guess the only way that I can do it is just have the joint stay where it is, and they like turn around it on think of it like you've got a frame, a skeleton, and the robot mode parts just turn around it to get this look. I think that's just gonna be the way that it's done. Otherwise, still looking pretty good. I think I did need to change the proportions on the cab down here on the legs or something. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that. I think I did this one. I just had to finish it up on the other side. Here we go. Sounded too good. That ought to work well enough. And again, this is just the sketch. I've yet to do the finalized one. Let's give him some proper hip joints. There we go. Now the leg bone's connected to the hip bone. Now we can actually move. It's going along pretty nice. I think I should. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try to redraw that on the other side. In fact, I might just copy and paste. Yeah, I do have it on a separate layer, so I will copy and paste that so that I can use this as a reference. And I'll put it there for now. Make sure I don't have snap. See if I can remember how to disable snapping to the rulers. There we go. Alright. The heck? Special rule. Apparently I also had to disable snapping to the special ruler, even though I don't know what special ruler is. What makes this ruler different from just a normal ruler? This program. Yeah, that extra layer is not helping. Or was the greatest with perspective? Hopefully this will look fine. Looks like it'd be more than long enough. I'm gonna go ahead and start drawing the cylinders. The more I do this, the more my appreciation for the artists behind mecha anime, the more my appreciation for those guys just grows exponentially. And the guys who draw the Transformers comics. Just generally, if you can maintain some level of sanity while drawing mecha, I applaud you, and I aspire to be like that. Oh my god, as an artist, I can safely say that we are all insane. Professional artists even more so. I can't. So that's actually going to be a whole circle here. Ah, Old Contemptible, good to see ya. Let's see. Well, people are. I'm not on Twitch. Like, Streamlabs would allow me to do that, but I haven't paid for that particular feature. There was like just like noise of like kids screaming in one of those songs that just played, but yeah, no. Oh, hearing me to reply to people. Oh. No, you're the first person here that at least that I've seen. Sometimes you just gotta talk to yourself. Ooh. 52, good to see you again. I agree with you entirely. The concept of cancel culture is incredibly just, I don't even describe it adequately. The exact words I'm looking for. Well, it certainly is stupid. Like it's like it's basically it's basically a modern cancel culture is basically modern day lynchings. Like script is made out of AI. I can't stop you from using an AI generated script, but I can certainly advise against it. I unsubscribed from someone I used to enjoy the content of. Like, I get that people who make YouTube videos for a living, they need sponsors so they can eat. I'm not deriding him. I'm not going to deride this guy for needing a sponsorship. What I will deride him for is accepting a sponsorship from a AI video generation software. Yeah. If you're gonna promote something that allows people to continue being lazy and not actually researching and making their own dang videos, I'm not gonna support that. I'm also not gonna support AI and generation anything in general because it steals, like, literally AI is powered. All these generative AI crap is powered by plagiarism. Like, it's just cobbling together stuff that it's been fed into something slightly different. I looked in the comments of that video to see how people were reacting, and half of them were calling him out for promoting something that's ethically dubious at best, and the other half were calling there was one guy in particular who was replying to every single one of those columns, calling calling these people a neo-Luddite, whatever the hell that means. And telling them that if they didn't learn to accept AI, they were gonna get left behind. All these AI bros are kind of like the crypto bros to me. I can't take them seriously in anything that they say. This cylinder is not coming out right. I feel like I'm running out of... Probably should have gotten a Dr. Pepper before I started this stream. I feel like I'm running out of caffeine. I was finally able to get some more work done on my Shattered Glass Megatron today, for the first time since I got back from TFCon. The temperatures were up, and I wasn't able to do anything for the past week, but because of both temperatures and because I'd lost a part of my airbrush nozzle. I was not a happy camper that day. I finally got the new nozzle in yesterday, and was able to do some more painting today. I can get him top coated in the next couple days and then reassembled. I should be able to get a video out before Thanksgiving. And then I can focus fully on Mr. Montague. And I apologize, I have been ignoring the chat. Here, why don't I just make a circle? And just make an ellipse. Like I'm pretty sure I did do that for the other cylinders. That ought to be fine, I think. There we go. Yeah, other than the hiccups I've had with making Megatron, doing pretty alright. Another rabbit hole about RODs. God, I remember going down that rabbit hole when I was coming up with the lore around Minerva and the other ROD characters I made. God, I need to draw more so I can post more lore stuff. I mean, I could still post more lore stuff without art attached to it, but I mean, it's just nicer to have. It's just not just nicer to have it, you know. RODs are pretty cool. Very interesting period of railway history. Oh yeah, and I didn't quite finish accurately drawing the. Well, then again, it's a sketch, because that doesn't need to be fully. I guess the Valkyr doesn't need to be fully accurate. Yeah. Oh, active camouflage. I'm sorry, I didn't realize. I need to pay better attention. Things. And I did an ellipse for the wheels too, didn't I? So. Nope. See how that does. Then I gotta make copies of it, of course. Let's try that again. I do not like having to do perspective. Dang it, Trey. Okay. Alright. Over again. Oop. Let's make sure that fits right, and then I will move it away so I can clone it 4 times over. Yeah, that'll be here. Yeah, that's good for me. Yeah. Make sure the spacing's about right too. Can't forget that. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. I assume y'all are talking about the ones that, I'm assuming y'all are talking about the RODs that got rebuilt into tank engines. If I ever make it down to Australia, then I'm definitely gonna check those out. I guess I could skew this slightly. Oh, distort. I think distort's what I'm looking for. Maybe that'll help with the perspective. Maybe. Yeah. Go ahead and merge all those together. What the heck? Nope. Oh, merge selected layers. There we go. And we'll valve gear neck, slide bars. Behind that, other thing that would be visible would be and we got our XLMS. The Dean goods that were sent to China. Dean goods that were sent to China too. Yeah, China got a weird little. China got a weird little combination of locos from out west. Korea did too. It was like, I remember like watching a video or reading no, it was definitely a YouTube video about I think it was a locomotive that like Lima built that went to Korea after World War II, after either the Korean War or World War II, and it just disappeared off the face of the earth. And of course, the States has one that was has a World War I locomotive that was repatriated from Korea, sent in the National Railroad Museum, Green Bay. God damn, this guy's looking pretty darn good. Make a few copies of that to set up. No, honestly, I am pretty satisfied. I am pretty satisfied with this head, all things considered. Just need to add a couple more clearly defined face lines. That's not the button I need. That's the button I need. Gonna make the angles of this face a little more defined. I need to get rid of these rulers. Those guides can be a little. When the guide has no relevance to the thing that to the part of the drawing you're working on, they do become a hindrance. Yeah, why don't I add to the smarter? I'll add him to the big face first, to the big head, and then. Nope. I want to do a straight line. Let's just use we'll just use the straight line tool. Yeah, that's just making it worse. You know what? This is only a sketch. That'll be fine. It'll be fine. No, it won't be. Yep. First, alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink the eyes a little bit. Move them in. Gonna move this down. You know what? I'm just gonna redraw this whole bit slightly lower. Now I'll keep that in. Keep this V-shaped nose guard thing where it currently is. sure that's angling make sure that's curving as it should toward the back. Yeah, that's not how that goes. Let's get those guides out again. And why is it snapping again? There we go. That looks a little better, I think. Gonna move. Caledonian. Oh, the Caledonian RDOs. Record them lines for the first portrayal of a character. Nice, nice, nice. Another entrance into the world of voice acting, which I still need to do more of as well. I did classes so that I could get better at voice acting, and yet I have barely auditioned for anything else in the time since I finished up those classes back in August, and yet I still have not. Or no, that was back in July, and I still have not finished the dang thing. I have not made use of the training that I specifically got to help me in that field. Makes you wonder what I did with my $1,200. I think that looks, I think this is looking a lot better. There we go. I'm quite liking this. I'm quite liking this. Requirements is literally no experience. Depends if you want to voice tank engine related stuff. Honestly, just any role that you can get helps build your portfolio. I've got my role. I've got my role from sort of the modern years listed on my backstage, because that's literally one of the only things I've done in the past few years that counts as that's voice acting for someone else. This is looking a lot. This head is looking a lot better than it was. Nope. EDU. See how this goes. It's clearly I don't know. Maybe. You know what? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you know, go ahead and type. Like, go ahead and type the channel name into, like the comment section or the live chats, or like post a link. I'm also on Discord as Keeper of Toast. If you just want to send me a DM there. I'm gonna shrink the size of these lines as well. Yep, that's... Nope. They're trying to keep the perspective consistent on the head, too. I neglected to take that into account. Yeah, I'm loaded just Keeper of Toast on Discord. I'm not the most active on it, but I am there. It's capitalized. Same capitalization as the YouTube channel. Capital K, first T is capitalized as well. I might as well open up Discord. It says it is in... Yeah, of course it's in streamer mode. Yeah, we'll give it a minute to... We'll give it a minute to think. These lines together. No, that looks alright for now. I need to change... I'll get that all figured out later. Now, this is looking pretty darn good. I like the it. That's pretty good. And consolidate all that into a folder. 3/4 view. I'm gonna alter some of the lines on the chin here. It'll be fine for now. I'll go ahead and replace this copy. There we go. Just make a few more copies to thicken up those lines a little bit. That's a little better. Yeah, I'm gonna let's check Discord and see if I got those messages. Discord says I have no pending requests. That's... I don't know, maybe it's having just being slow or something. I guess maybe try it again in a few minutes. Again, it's the exact same as my channel name and exact same profile image. In the meantime, go ahead and post a link to the channel in the chat or the comments too. That way other people can also get involved. Alright. Alright, so that's 3/4 sketch. Do a new layer for a final lined version. It's a train 2905. I am gonna go look into that. Right. And then we shall save that for later. And now, let's see if I can't clean this up a teeny bit. Opacity down for that. EFP is showing when I type my username's a little blue guy with a black hat. Little blue guy, black. I am so confused. Blue guy, the black hat. What? I wonder if I can search myself. I probably can't search myself, but wait, shoot, nope. That's not right. Oh no, wait. Right, because Discord does the display name and the... Because Discord does the display name and the actual username. Duh. Can you tell it's been a while since I've used Discord in any significant capacity? No, apparently my actual Discord username is the one true keeper of toast. Like, just all lowercase and put together, the one true keeper of toast. Like, yeah, all contemptible. I'm just gonna go do it manually for you. You know what? I'm just gonna go post it in chat real quick. And then delete it later. So old contemptible active, you can both just copy and paste that. I did actually try and send a friend request to myself, and apparently it did successfully send. So apparently there is someone else on Discord who's using the name Keeper of Toast. Which is, I find bizarre. What the fuck is this? And apparently this other keeper of toast is definitely not me. I don't know what the heck was going on with that. Unfortunately, I got nothing. I have no response to that. I am highly confused. Might as well just use the straight line tool for some of this. That's actually, or like the gaps are actually straight lines. Ugh. But yeah, I'd be happy to take a look at that active. And again, I did post my Discord in the chat. Delete that in a minute. Okay, this is definitely... Okay, this music compilation is definitely repeating stuff. There we go. It's all well and good. I am very satisfied with how Mr. Robot Man here is looking. I do wonder though if the name Hammerblow has been used for I must wonder if there are any other Transformers OCs out there that are named Hammerblow and turn into a locomotive. A steam locomotive specifically, because steam locomotives actually cause Hammerblow. I mean, theoretically, a diesel locomotive could too, if it had side rods and traveled at a significant speed. I haven't been active online much in the OC scene since I left DeviantArt. So I don't know if I don't know how big people are about having characters with the exact same name, much less in the Transformers spaces, because I didn't do too much Transformers OC shenanigans on any social media platform before I revived this concept. Hughes Crab sweats nervously. Ugh. We'll get straight lines out of the way. First and foremost, I suppose. Yeah, this is probably the lazy route using the line tool for this, but at this point I don't really care too much. Oh yeah, I never did figure out what to do with that little last bit of frame. Would stick out from the ends here of the wings. Hardcore champion. Good to see you again. Rendering. I have not set anything. I have not set anything to render as of late, because I have nothing specifically to render. I wish I were doing more stuff that required me to render in Blender. Or that is not a thing that happens very often in my spaces anymore. If ever. You know what I just realized? Whatever this is that's playing right now, this sounds like something straight out of Neon White. And I fucking love Neon White's soundtrack. I gotta wonder how this Horizon Pikeman's portrait. Okay, I got first things first, looking up Pikeman's portrait. I'm seeing nothing that's particularly helpful with that. And I'm gonna see if this compilation I'm listening to has a track listing. Most of it appears to be just stuff from the YouTube audio library. Oh, that's what you meant by rendering. It is going quite alright. I am getting very satisfied with how this guy looks. I'm trying to fit an 18-foot pike into a picture in frame. That makes a lot more sense. That makes sense now. Yeah, it does suck when you can't fit everything that you want to into the image. Lord knows I've had to deal with that as someone who likes taking pictures of trains that are much of the time very, very big. Some might call it the lazy way out, but Lion Tool gets shit done. And you know, professional. I've spoken to a lot of professional artists, and they do take measures to make things less time-consuming themselves. My spine, my spine. Yeah. Ah, man. I might need to take a break here in a bit. I do need. I will take a break here in a bit. You know, it's probably good that I left those other two files open, because I do want to get some people's opinion on a thing. Yeah, I'll take a quick break. Yeah, I'll take a bit of a break from that. Yeah. So the other files that you see up here are digibashes that I was working on earlier for a future project that I've been working on for a few years. It requires customs of the torchbearers, because I don't really care to purchase. I don't really care to track down the Victorion set. I will not need them to combine for this project. But I do. So I'm planning on making customs of all of the 6 torchbearers from the IDW comics. And I'm just concepting right now. But I'm thinking Pyramagna. And anyone watching this, I don't know how knowledgeable about Transformers you are, but I'm thinking Pyramagna out of the Fractured Friendship version of Orion Pax. Again, this is just concept. I haven't finalized anything yet. But I think this stands pretty well alongside MMC Tyrantron and Super Megatron and the other Megatrons I use. And for those, Jumpstream's probably even less well known, but I've been thinking Jumpstream out of concept art Sideswipe. Well, no, Fractured Friendship is dark magic, Mr. Hardcore. But I was also thinking I might be able to make Jumpstream out of the Gamer Edition, or not Gamer Edition, concept art series Sunstreaker. Unfortunately, that mold is both of these molds that I just showed off are not the most conducive to being customized. I think Sunstreaker's probably the worst of it. Worst for doing that. But the look would be there. It's just having it, if having her transform would be a little problematic as far as paint shipping's concerned. But again, all that's just in the conceptualization phase. I haven't quite figured out what I'd use for the other 6. Skyburst and Stormclash, if I still wanted them to be helicopters, I'd probably use the Spinister mold. Maybe hunt for the Decepticon's Tomahawk. Oh, thank you, all Contemptible. Yes, I've also been liking the longer hair as well. Well, always wanted to try having it and figured, screw it, let me do it. I'm probably alienating a lot of people by bringing up these obscure IDW characters from 2015 who do not turn into trains. But I need a break from I need a break from the drawing. Yeah. So I need to stave off the carpal tunnel for just for a couple more hours. I haven't gotten to making digibashes for the other for Dust Up. I would probably it's been taking me a while. It's taking me a while to learn their names, but writing the script forced me to. Dust Up I might make from Gamer Edition. Reactivate. Well, I guess it does count as Gamer Edition now because it has been re-released in Gamer Edition. Reactivate Bumblebee I might use to make Dust Up. It would be a bit taller than Jumpstream, but that'd be fine by me. Main thing is that I do really like all the Torchbearers designs in the actual comics. They are different from the actual toys, but I think that's to their benefit. Dust Up has these shoulders that spike upwards, and I hope I can find a deluxe mold that can effectively do that when I do get around to making all of them. I have I have figured out a timeline for my customs going forward. I'm gonna finish Shattered Glass Megatron, then I'm gonna finish Duck. I'm gonna do Slipstream after that. I'm gonna finish Daisy after Slipstream. I'm gonna do Alita 1, because I really want to do Alita 1. And I'm also... Then it's, after Alita 1, I'm gonna start on Emily. And then... Shattered Glass Seekers. I really want to do Shattered Glass Seekers. And I want to do a team of 6. I've mentioned before that I had this idea that they'd literally just be Power Rangers. No, I've got molds settled on for Thundercracker, Starscream, Skywarp, and Slipstream. I'm also thinking that Dirge... No, not Dirge. Thrust will be one of them. And then I'm figuring out who the 6th one would be. Money and tooling notwithstanding, do I have any interest in live Steam? Live Steam is really fucking cool. And if I had the space and the money for one, I would absolutely... I might be interested in buying one or commissioning one. But if I could get the tools, I would, and the engineering know-how. Like, I'd probably consult someone who actually works on steam locomotives, live steam, or real locomotives. Making my own live steam locomotive would be fucking awesome. Like, one of my pipe dream, like one of my long-term dreams, maybe a pipe dream in the current economy, but you know, things might improve in the near future. One of my long-term dreams is to have if I have a big backyard, I want to build like at least a gauge 1 or gauge 3 railway in the backyard or on whatever property I own. And just, I can have my HO stuff and a live Steam thing. Like, if I am ever able to, I would love to have my own live Steam thing. Hell, 5-inch gauge or 7 1/4-inch gauge. God, like, big enough. Like 5-inch gauge is like big enough to ride on. Right. Like at the minimum, 5-inch gauge, live Steam. I would absolutely love to do one of those. Have you found at a live Steam club or makerspace? There are a couple live Steam clubs in Texas. I don't think there's any here in DFW. But if I ever have once at some point in the future, I will absolutely look into it more seriously. Because lives, just these they're miniature, but they are still full steam locomotives powered by you fuel them up, you burn fuel, you make the water become hot, and it's just cool. Like, God, live Steam is so awesome. There's a live Steam loco near you for $1,000. If you have if you have the space to store that thing, yeah, definitely go for it. Ah, God, live Steam is freaking awesome. What was I talking about again? Oh yeah, torchbearers. It's a common thing for people to get partway through a project and then retire. They can be had for a decent price if you can finish them. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, one that's in progress probably ain't worth as much as one that's done. Yeah, but My mind keeps sidetracked. I was still talking about the Torchbearers, wasn't I? Even though nobody here has any idea what I'm talking about. Yeah, still figuring out. Still concepting molds to use for them all. Rust Dust, I might just get a spare groove and repaint that like the original, because nobody, from what I know, nobody liked Combiner Wars groove except me. 3.5 inch gauge is perfectly writable. 4.75 inch gauge is typical in the US. Trying to find 5 inches hard in the US, but in UK it's standard. Okay. Yeah, 5 inches is what came to mind for me, because I have followed a couple live Steam projects in the UK. JH5500. He built a 5-inch gauge Thomas that was based on his own 3D model of his version of Thomas. Yeah. I don't know too much about Transformers, but my enthusiasm is awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that active camouflage. I do really appreciate when people I do really appreciate when people still put up with stuff that I talk about, even if they don't know what it is. The Torchbearers, not to be confused with the Doctor Who spinoff. Correct? Although I could absolutely see a writer in the future doing that concept with them. My concept for them, for this project I'm working on, is a little bit different than what they are in the original comics. In the original run of IDW, they were a roving team of basically a roving team of superheroes that went around the colony of Caminus doing superhero-ly duties. They are that in this project that I'm working on, but there's a little more sinister thing going on in the background. My current plan is to do a formal announcement of my whole Transformers stop motion universe thing at the start of next year. I've been thinking about that for a while, and I just told myself, I might not be able to get these projects completely off the ground right now, but I'm still working on them, and I can still talk about the lore. I might find somewhere to post somewhere dedicated to post lore bits for both my Thomas AU and Transformers stuff. I'm just trying to figure out where. I might as well just say, hey, this is a thing I'm doing. Follow me if you want updates on this, rather than just keep everything clandestine until I actually and just see that goal date keep moving back and back. Yeah, currently in the beginning of converting a large Ertl pullback Percy into an O gauge. I guarantee that would still look a lot better than Lionel Percy does. God, I really do not like how the Lionel Thomas range looks. To be fair, Lionel is more toy trains than scale models, except for the legacy range and stuff. I've not followed Lionel in a long time. I used to be obsessed with Lionel when I was 10, and before I started my model train journey. But then when I got my first model train set, it was HO, and I decided, yeah, this is better. This is better for me. Lionel stuff, O gauge stuff is still pretty cool though. But yeah, Torchbearers, this is a project that I will at some point be able to do this. definitely gonna change the head and chest on Orion Pax to look more like Pyromagna art here, by Sarah Pitredo, however you say her last name. She drew the Windblade comics, and she's really good at arting. I like her art. I think I'm about ready to get back to this. At least for a little bit. Yeah, eventually I just wind up telling myself, yeah, just tell people that it's a thing that you're working on, and yeah. Do I remember how the curve? Yes, I do remember how the curve tool works. Good. Nick Park, the inventor of Wallace and Gromit, took his part-built college project. Oh yeah, that was his like college project, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I finally got around to actually watching Wallace and Gromit stuff, because it was on Amazon Prime, but I've seen bits and pieces, but never the full things, and actually getting to watch the full thing of Grand Day Out. God, that's God, it is classic. Like, yeah, I've always liked the Artman stuff that I had seen in the past. I did like, and yeah, well, I don't think I don't think it is even possible to dislike Wallace and Gromit. Those are some pretty darn good looking thighs. Even if they are completely unproportional to the rest of his legs. God, he is, oh my God, he is all leg, holy crap. This man is all shin. Okay, I just realized I need to you know what, I'm just gonna I'm gonna go ahead and do the proportion. I'm gonna go ahead and do some bits of the leg here, and then I'm gonna fix the proportion. I'm just gonna fix the proportions on that. Hello, Bob Larkley. Yeah, see, I feel like I pick up new interests every few streams. Like, I'm doing pretty alright, Bob, and this is a Transformer version of my channel mascot, who is a steam locomotive. And I've done my best to make this conceivably potentially conceivably work as a 3D object as well. Club's Dublo R1 Thomas is coming along, though it needed a wee bit of Tamiya putty before paint. I feel that. Yeah. I feel like I seem to pick up a new interest, a new brain rot, if you will, every few streams. Like, lately I've been watching Legends of Avantris's, a couple of their campaigns, because my friend showed me the TikTok clips they post to their TikTok account. They got so unhinged that I just had to watch the full things, and I'm kind of getting I'm kind of starting to get a little bit interested in D&D. Not enough to actively go out and find a game or anything, but you know, yeah, I've never been too much into. I've probably mentioned before that I've never been too much into role-playing games. A friend had a couple of Vampire the Masquerade campaigns that we never finished. My first role-playing game experience was Pathfinder. And we got decent. It was another one of my friends who invited me to do that. That was like back in middle school, and I do remember we did have a bit of fun. But we never got to finish our campaign because the store we met at shut down, and I guess they just never found a new one. And then same friend who had me try Vampire the Masquerade also was super into Warhammer, and for a while he made me play that with him. Unfortunately, he's moved away, but he did take all my Warhammer stuff with him, so I don't need to worry about storing that anywhere anymore. As interesting as I do really like I do find the War of Lorehammer, the War of Lorehammer, the War of Lorehammer, I do find very interesting. But the game's just that game is just too complex for me. But honestly, if some of my gays, some of my guys that I am friends with wanted to start up a D&D campaign, I might be, if they approach me about it, I might be interested in doing that again. The first time I tried D&D proper was last year. We went on, my family was invited on a cruise with some of my parents' college buddies who are big Disney fanatics. And their son, their son put together a D&D camp, some D&D campaigns for all of us to play, and it was like, oh yeah, well, when there's no other programming that we're going to on the ship, and when we're not on shore, we can just hang out in the empty dining hall and do these campaigns. And out of four groups, exactly, we all did exactly one session in 2 weeks. We all did exactly one session of that D&D campaign in the 2 weeks that we spent on that boat. I wasn't taking it too serious. And the thing was, I didn't really take character creation too seriously with it, because, again, I had never been too interested in role-playing games. But I did find a build that let me play as Link from Legend of Zelda. And I just did the CDI voice for him. Like the first words out of my mouth were, "Gee, it sure is boring around here." Oh god, I wish that we had been able to finish that campaign. Genuinely. If I ever do another campaign, I probably will be a little more creative with it. Yeah. Two characters. An Australian guy who wrestled to a dragon. An Australian wrestler and An Australian that wrestled a dragon as the party was wiped. Then an emu pirate who was wailing with a wheel-lock gun axe. That's the most Polish character I've heard in a while. I don't know what makes an emu pirate Polish, but I'm here for it. 40K, it's a game and it's a price tag. Yes, no truer words have ever been spoken about Warhammer. God. Low key though. Low key. Craft Worlds and Orcs. Best factions. Craft Worlds is what I played when I played with my friend. I never actually made my own craft world, and I don't remember which one I played as. But the concept of robots that are powered by souls were it was just too much for me to not do. And then the Orcs. Well, I mean, they're the Orcs. They is the Orcs. You can't not love the Orcs. It's pretty alright, I think, so far. You got losses for that sort of shit. God, going back to one of the Legends of Avantris guys, Mikey. His goblin character, Gricko, talks exactly like that. God, I know Critical Role is like the main D&D show that people watch. But I do recommend you also check out Legends of Avantris. They haven't gotten an adaptation of their adventures on Amazon Prime Video yet. But they are funny as hell. And Mikey in particular just makes everything unhinged. looking pretty darn good. I think it's time to give the line tool a rest and break out the pen again. Or I guess I was also using the curve tool for stuff. Ah. I think the curve tool should suffice for now. It'll be fine. It'll be all good. I'm reasonably certain that I have an idea of what I'm doing. That's a Zelda Beavis and Butthead YouTube poop. Feels like it's old YouTube, but it's 2021. The Legend of Beavis. The Legend of Beavis. Okay, that I gotta see. That I gotta see. That sounds glorious. Okay. The Bristolian accent. A rather Bristolian accent, but you can't quite do duck. I will say that one of the things that I learned in the course of doing voice acting classes is you don't necessarily need to try and imitate something or someone's existing performance. Like, really, sometimes you just gotta do your own. Just gotta do your own spin on it. And if I recall correctly, Duck should technically be Scottish, shouldn't he? Because wasn't he built at North British? Assuming he's the real 5741, I'm pretty sure that particular 5700 is built by North British. So I think technically So if you want to go by the engine's accents being where they're built, then you could get away with a Scottish duck. I mean, my headcanon is that Emily was built at North British, and that's why she sounds Scottish. Ah, hello, Duckhead. Are you at all related to Duthings? Popular YouTube pooper Duthings1, famed for such projects as Howis Action. No. Famed for such projects as, Wow, it's made. I was getting Duthings1 and Hugby screwed up. I could certainly, I'm 99% certain that I would have the ability to draw something Duckhead. Whether or not I will is less certain. I did used to take requests to draw stuff when I was on DeviantArt. Of course, that was a long, long time ago. In the exact same galaxy that we're in right now, but in a very different corner of it. And can I draw a chained bird? That is certainly a thing that I could draw. However, I am going to focus on my current project right now. I have considered opening up commissions at various points, but I just never did do it. Yeah. Heavy Scottish action. Beg pardon, laddie. We ain't doing things the Great Western way, are ya? A bird with a chain sword. A bird that goes around big old chainsaw. Oh, a statue of a bird chained down. But no, I will not be doing. I will not be doing requests for stuff to draw. At least not at this moment in time. Maybe on a future stream. I have waited way too long to finish this. Heck, I probably won't even finish it. Probably won't even finish it tonight, but I just want to get some work done on this. I have put this guy off way too long. Nope. Use the mouse to change shapes. Nope. U tool changes tools. The mouse tool changes shapes. You've been using this software for a pretty long darn time, Trey. You should know this by now. My first Gone Broke anime convention to date. Had to chat with some of the voice actors from Pokemon. Nice, nice, nice. I never did I told myself I was gonna make a TFCon follow-up video, and I didn't do that. Yeah, shoot. But yeah, I did get back from TFCon last week. I was supposed to do a stream right after that, but never did because of issues. Yeah, it was a pretty darn good year at TFCon. I managed to not spend as much as previous years. Previous cons as well. That's partially because I've got a lot of these figures that I've been really looking for, and either that or because they didn't have what I was looking for. Yeah, they had some of the voice. I've been to very few conventions other than TFCon. Part of it's just that there's very few conventions here in Dallas, at least in the Dallas area that I know of. I found out about Fan Expo too late for me to go to it this year. But apparently David Tennant was there. And I think a couple of the other doctors. Apparently Don Bluth was there too at some point. And God willing, I do intend to go to Fan Expo Dallas 2025. This TFCon, they had a few of the it was mainly the voice actors from Cyberverse this year, which was an interesting... yeah, I feel like Cyberverse isn't really as loved by the community, but I think it's had its time to grow on people now. I was not the biggest fan of Cyberverse when it first came out. I thought it was really basic, but then like a year into its run, I realized, oh wait, that's the point. It's like a kind of a groundwork Transformers show for people to, especially for like kids to, like it could be their first exposure to a Transformer show, but it's not super heavy on lore, and it's not super in your face about it's not in your face about collecting stuff like Armada was. Oh sweet, thank you, Active, thank you. Like, Cyberverse is a genuinely good show. Its simplicity at the start is its strength, and then it gets like real. Season 3 is like really good. Stuff comes out of nowhere, and also Cyberverse is Cyberverse is what made me like Windblade. I really liked her best friend's dynamic with B. City speaking being reinterpreted as literal. Actually, I don't know if I never really got what city speaking was. I don't think I've read anything in the IDW comics so far that really explains what city speaking is really supposed to be, but Cyberverse making it literal telepathy is weird, a little weird, but hey, I like it. It works. From what I have read of what city speaking is in the IDW comics, it is not telepathy, but it's like they read they read the symbols that appear around a Titan's brain to know what it's thinking or trying to tell them. And if that's the case, I gotta admit Cyberverse's version is kind of cooler. Yeah, this is looking real good. Here we Here, let's do this one first. This seems to have a bit better mission stuff. I think I'd better go ahead and wrap it up for the night. it is past 8 o'clock. I did not realize. Oh, no, that's... Oh, it's not a... Okay, it is not a curve. It's a 90-degree angle right there. Here, I will finish up the cab. I will finish up the cab roof, and then I will... Then I'll probably just go ahead and end the stream. Ah, there we go. 3 more hours so we can say good morning. Yep. Ah, man. Yeah, if I had space, I could get myself one of those desks where you can raise it up and lower it, and you can stand or sit at your leisure. That would be pretty handy, I think. Anyway, I think, yeah, that is gonna do me for tonight. I got a lot of progress done on this. And he is looking pretty darn spiffy, if I do say so myself. Then again, I would. I'm gonna set that down. Alright. Next week, don't know what I'm gonna do. Might do a video game. Might do more of this. I'll get it figured out. Hopefully, I will be able to have Shatterglass Megatron done within a week's time. Weather permitting, so that I can use my spray cans. And yeah, I will do my best to have a video out before Thanksgiving. My name is Keeper of Toast. I will see y'all later. Good night.